The night had barely begun when the world changed for the four judges sitting beneath the bright, towering lights of America's Got Talent. But the change didn't come with fireworks or smoke or dramatic music. It came with silence. A man stepped onto the stage so quietly that for a moment, the audience wondered if he was part of the crew. He wore no cape, no glittering suit, no magician's hat. His clothes were plain black, the kind of humble outfit someone might wear to blend into the background. Yet somehow, the moment he appeared, the audience felt a strange pull, a hush sweeping across thousands of people as though someone had placed a gentle hand on their hearts and whispered, "Pay attention." His name, he said in a low, steady voice, was Elias Hale, and though he stood tall, something in his posture suggested humility, like he was asking the stage for permission to be there. From the judges' panel, Simon squinted, trying to read him in that instinctive way he judged performers before they uttered a word. Heidi tilted her head, sensing something unusual. Sofia leaned forward with curiosity. Howie nodded politely, though his eyebrows lifted in a way that said, this could go in any direction. Instantly, the energy shifted. Each judge felt a memory rise, some warm, some painful, some long forgotten. Simon straightened, the lines on his forehead tightening. Heidi brought a hand to her chest. Sofia blinked rapidly. Howie shifted, feeling a lump form in his throat for reasons he didn't yet understand. Elias closed his eyes. Hold the memory gently, he whispered. Gasps filled the room. Simon leaned forward, frozen, because he recognized something on the screen. The quiet porch behind the house, where he grew up. The memory of a neighbor who used to bring him sandwiches when he sat alone, pretending not to be lonely. Heidi saw a swirl of blue and white, the colors of a quilt her grandmother made when Heidi was too sick to get out of bed one winter. Sofia blinked at a soft golden glow that reminded her of a stranger who helped her with a broken suitcase at the airport years ago. Howie felt his breath catch as shapes on the screen formed the rough silhouette of a childhood friend, the one who stuck by him even when other kids teased him. The audience couldn't see the memories, but they felt the emotions pouring from the judges. Something powerful was unfolding, something raw, intimate, and almost sacred. Elias opened his eyes. These are not your memories, he sighed softly, but the echoes of what you're feeling. Simon frowned, confused. Elias continued, I didn't read your minds, I felt your hearts. We all carry stories of kindness that saved us in ways nobody else ever understood. The air thickened with emotion. Elias took a slow step forward. Now, he said, let me show you why kindness mattered so much to me. The lights dimmed, leaving only a soft spotlight around him. 5 years ago, he said, his voice trembling ever so slightly, I was homeless. Not because I made a mistake, or because I failed, but because life changed faster than I could keep up. He swallowed. The audience leaned in. My mother got sick. I quit my job to take care of her. And after she passed, I had no savings, no home, no family left. I slept behind grocery stores, in alleys, anywhere warm. I was invisible to most people. The judges watched with wide, unblinking eyes. One night, Elias continued, a little girl, maybe 6 years old, saw me sitting on the sidewalk. Her mother tried to hurry her past, but the girl let go of her hand, ran up to me, and gave me her mitten. His voice broke gently, like a whisper bending in the wind. Just one little mitten. It was pink, with a white snowflake stitched on it. And Sess sighed, your hands look cold. A wave of emotion rippled through the auditorium. Some audience members covered their mouths. Others lowered their eyes, blinking away tears. Elias looked down at his hands, as if he could still feel the wool mitten there. She didn't know my story. She didn't know what I had lost. But she cared without question, without hesitation, without fear. He looked up, eyes glistening, and that moment saved me, because it reminded me that the world still had good in it. The screen behind him glowed again, not with memories now, but with the soft flicker of a child's drawing, shaky but bright, a hand giving another hand a mitten. I kept that mitten, Elias said, smiling through tears, and every time I felt hopeless, I held it. It reminded me that kindness is magic Tyrael keened. The kind that rewires the mind. The kind that brings people back from places they thought they'd never escape. A hush fell so deep that the entire arena felt like a single heartbeat. When I finally got back on my feet, Elias continued, I dedicated my life to creating moments of kindness for others, not through money, not through charity, through connection. He tapped his temple gently, through reminding people that what we do for others becomes part of who they are. The screen dimmed again. Elias faced the judges. You shared your kindness with millions of people, he said. But tonight, I want you to feel the kindness you once received, the kindness that shaped your lives, because that is the part of you the world needs to see most. Suddenly, the screen burst into color, but this time, it wasn't memories. It was something more. Incredible. The screen displayed voluminous shapes, each one representing a judge formed not from images but from emotions. A swirl of courage around Simon. A glow of gentleness around Heidi. A radiant warmth around Sofia. Shimmering field of empathy around Howie. The audience gasped at the beauty of it all. It didn't matter if the magic was real or illusioned, the message was undeniable. Elias stepped forward, his voice steady and full. Kindness isn't small. It isn't weak. It isn't forgettable. It is the force that rewrites our futures, the force that brings us home. Then, with a slow breath, he lifted his hand. Let me show you something. The lights brightened to a soft gold. Without touching anything, Elias gestured toward the judges. Suddenly, floating gently above their heads, shimmering traces of light appeared. Words simple, powerful words formed from their own private memories of kindness. Above Simon, you're not alone. Above Heidi, you are loved. Above Sofia, you matter. Above Howie, thank you for being you. The judges froze, eyes filling with tears. At any moment, you can be the person who saves someone without even knowing it. His voice shook, not with fear, but with emotion. It doesn't take magic to change someone's life. Hoost, kindness, and every one of us has that. The air tingled with electricity, not the kind that came from wires or stage lights, but the kind that came from truth. Then Elias reached into his pocket and pulled out a single pink mitten with a white snowflake stitched on it. The audience gasped. This, he said softly, is my reminder to keep going, to keep hiding, to keep believing in people. He held it gently, like something sacred. So today, I give its meaning to all of you. He placed the mitten on the center of the stage. Let this space be the moment where someone's heart warms again. There was no smoke bomb, no dramatic music, no burst of fireworks. Instead, Elias stepped back, bowed his head, and whispered, "Thank you for letting me share my story." For a long moment, no one moved. No one breathed. Then, like a dam bursting, all four judges rose at the exact same time. Simon's voice cracked. "This," he said, "is the most beautiful performance I have ever seen on this stage." Heidi wiped tears from her cheeks. "You didn't hack minds," she whispered. "You opened hearts." Sofia nodded, unable to speak. Howie pressed his hands together, overwhelmed. And then, without any planning, without any qual, four judges slammed the golden buzzer simultaneously. Gold confetti exploded through the air, but Elias didn't move. He simply closed his eyes, letting the golden rain fall over him like a blessing he never expected. The audience roared, the loudest cheer the theater had heard all season. Elias lifted his face toward the shimmering confetti, and for the first time in years, he felt warm from the inside out. Kindness had brought him here. Kindness had saved him. And now, kindness had lifted him before the world. And in that moment, under a golden rain of hope, America's Got Talent witnessed not a trick, not an illusion, but a reminder that the greatest magic of all is what human beings can do for each other simply by choosing kindness.